Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about Zero by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
We're coming to you delayed from the Zero Studios.
Good morning.
You know when people say that? We're coming to you live. It's like, it does make sense if it is live. Never mind.
Anyway. Off to a cracking start. How are we?
Great.
Splendid.
Fabulous. Nice.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's crack on straight into it. What are we grateful for this week?
Oh, would you look at that? I've got a list. I'm going to do a few different gratefuls.
You've been practicing your gratitudes.
So first of all, I'm going to tell you something I'm grateful for. And then I'm going to tell you guys a quality I like about all you guys.
Oh, nice.
Fuck, I don't actually have anything for you guys. So something I'm grateful for. This is random, but a smooth run of traffic.
Yeah. When you get every green light on the Gold Coast Highway, it's the best.
So I start at 6 a.m. and most days, so you can imagine every minute counts at that time of the morning.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's always determines whether I get a coffee before work or not. It's like, fuck, if I get a smooth run of green lights, I'm good.
Did you have a smooth run this morning?
Yes.
Nice.
Don't you agree, though, that it's your fate's decided the minute you sit in the car? Because if you get the first red one, you're going to get every other red
Yeah.
one. It's just the timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go. I'm grateful for these qualities about you guys. Okay, CJ, I'm grateful for your laugh.
Yeah.
Infectious.
That's a fucking... I even wrote that. It's infectious. It's a good laugh. And I know when I get CJ cackling, like, makes me feel good about myself too.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm funny.
100%.
I heard someone with CJ's laugh on the weekend when I went to Currumbin, to that cafe. We thought it was CJ. We even went and peeked around to see if it was
Really?
you. Yeah, that sounds like CJ's laugh.
I might even say a bad joke downstairs that doesn't fly very well. I'm like, fuck, I need to fucking get my confidence back up. Come up to the barbershop, say a few jokes, get them cackling. Sweet, I'm good, I'm back.
Fire.
Tom, bro,
Hello.
I really like this quality about you. Your ability to understand. Because I react very emotionally, not all the time, but I get very angry or heated or just say it how it is. And you're really good at zooming out and go, hang on, why is he doing this? Or why is he thinking like that? And I think you're really good at that. You never react emotionally and you always learn to understand.
Very true.
I don't know if I'd say never react emotionally. Meg, do I ever react emotionally?
No, that doesn't count. We're all different people. Meg Dog, your generosity.
Yeah.
You're always so generous and you always seem so fulfilled when giving things to others.
Thank you.
That's definitely one of your love languages. For
Yes,
sure.
I agree.
Giving food.
Bridget,
Yes.
your ability to make people feel good about themselves.
Oh, thanks. Dylan.
A very sweet person.
Thank you.
There we go.
That's a nice way to
That's
start
really,
the day.
really nice.
It's going to be a wholesome podcast.
I don't know how to back that up.
Aw.
Meg, what are you grateful for?
I don't want to say mine now. It was going to be the Ninja Creamy.
Nah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's just been a nice way to end the day lately
Yeah.
because it's warm and they're just so yummy.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. I don't like protein shakes very much. It's actually crazy how much it elevates it and makes it enjoyable to be having a protein shake.
Yeah, wow.
It
Makes
makes
a
a
big
big
difference.
To get one.
We do. We said, maybe we'll go look for one this weekend.
The best thing is that it's a very small appliance that just sits there discreetly on the bench. No, it's like the size of the computer box.
I was about to say it's humongous.
It's
It's so big.
Even the box it comes in
And
is
the
huge.
sound that it makes is like, do, do, do. Like it sounds like someone's going to war in the kitchen.
Yeah, there's a helicopter followed by someone smashing a hammer on an anvil. It's pretty hectic. That's good.
But it's worth it.
Gidge, what you got?
I'm grateful for Aldi. supermarket.
yeah.
We've been doing our grocery shops there, and it's so cool to have like a budget. What's the word? Rival supermarket to Coles and Woolworths, and they're getting better.
But
The quality of stuff just keeps getting better. They got some really yummy stuff in there, and some really good meat too.
Really?
Yeah,
Even at the start, like I always liked the rival to like the Red Rock Deli or Kettle, the chips they
Yeah.
had there. The
Was it
chips are
called like
really good.
Black something?
Yeah.
Blackstone?
Yes.
They had like
something like
Sprinter and Sprinter was like the Lay's equivalent, and then Blackstone or something like that.
yeah.
Have you guys tried the Tony Maloney chocolate?
I know that.
The Aldi collab?
No.
There's an Aldi collab.
Yeah, usually those blocks are what, like $9, but at
Yeah.
Aldi it's way cheaper.
Do you know
Like
what's-
British chocolate. Is it British? Well, it's British, isn't it?
They're the ones that are wrapped in paper, like the rectangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
It's
kind
got
of wacky.
funky
That's
font.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
I never knew it was called Tony Maloney, but as soon as you
Yeah.
said it, I knew
Makes
exactly
what I was
what chocolate
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I've always read it as Tony Malone.
Yeah.
I think I
Is
used
that
to
actually
say,
what it's called?
I'm pretty sure. I used to say Tony Moly, but I'm pretty sure it's Tony Maloney.
Tony Malone.
I've always just thought it was.
moly.
I always just thought it was Tony's.
Let's find out.
Like I didn't even really pay attention just because Tony is so big.
Tony.
Yeah, they sell it at the IGA as well.
I love how Aldi's like budget, like go there to save money, but then you spend $300
on all the
like,
cool stuff that you can't get
Oh.
from Coles and Woolworths.
Yeah,
It's Tony's Chocolonely.
yes. No, it's Tony Maloney. We'll call it Tony Maloney.
Where did I
Tony
get that?
Maloney.
Oh, that's so good.
You watch, you're gonna go to a festival and be like, "We love you, Post Maloney."
I knew that famous chocolatier.
Dear me.
So I've made some banger purchases from Aldi. I haven't been to Aldi in like 10 years, but you know the skillet I cook everything on?
Yeah.
Aldi.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, that middle aisle is dangerous.
Yeah,
and you
they
got to
got
look
some
down there
random
every time.
stuff.
My pasta maker, Aldi.
Oh.
I don't know if I still have it. I haven't looked for it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I had an ice cream maker back in the day. Aldi.
From Aldi.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
If you want a mountain bike and 4 CCTV cameras, like,
Yep.
that middle aisle at Aldi has got.
Yeah. Honey, did you get the milk? Oh shit, I knew I went there for something.
I almost bought my TV from there.
Wow.
Did
Yeah,
you?
sick.
Yeah, but then I was like, no, I can't be bothered walking home with this.
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause you live next door.
Yeah.
At Aldi.
What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for Southside. We turned 5 last week and had the 5-year celebration, had a bit of a barbecue last week. And it's crazy to think it's 5 years old.
Bro,
I know. When
like-
I saw that, I'm like, is that right?
Yeah, I remember 5 years of this gym being such a milestone.
Yeah.
And then now it's like 13 this year.
It's insane.
And 5 years is crazy.
do you know, so I had this thought the other day, because I remember building Southside or like stripping the old gym that was there.
Yeah.
And that felt like yesterday.
Yeah.
But did you know this, Tom, bro? I've been coaching. I could be wrong, but I thought I got this right. I've been when I first started working for you. No, I've been coaching longer now than you had when I first started working for you.
Wow.
Oh, that's like one of those, the iPhone is closer to Cleopatra things.
Yeah.
It's wacky.
Pretty
Crazy
weird
to
though.
think.
Eh?
Yeah.
So crazy to think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because when you started, it would have been 6 years or something.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, 6 years, and now it's 7. Yeah, that's crazy.
Pretty wild, eh? I thought of that the other day. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, hectic.
Mm.
All right. Well,
Quotes?
what are we quoting? I was about to say grateful for.
You want me to kick this off because I'm so prepared?
My quotes from this book I'm listening to. You do not need to be exceptionally beautiful or talented or successful to experience the things that make life profound.
Absolutely.
Does help though.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I was giving you a compliment. I'm just saying you're intelligent and beautiful.
Thank you, sweetie.
All right. Mine is Chung Ju Young, which is the guy who created Hyundai. And he says, a great idea starts with one single thought, which doesn't sound that insightful, but I'm listening to a recap of his.
Sorry, can you say that again? I missed
A
it.
great idea starts with one single thought.
Yes.
That doesn't sound that insightful, but reading his life story or listening to someone summarize his life story is just crazy.
Yeah.
How old is he
Really
now?
inspiring. He might be dead. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's still alive. He'd be very old if he is. No, he died in 2001.
Hyundai, that sounds Korean. He's Korean?
Yeah, he's Korean.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mine is the true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do nothing for him.
Nice.
Mm.
Sexist, but nice.
Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one.
Yeah, I like
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Bruce,
They're all good.
Shout out Bruce Lee.
Is it actually Bruce Lee?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
that. That was a good swag of quotes. I like.
Mm.
I brought the heat this week. All right. Well, I'm in the driver's seat apparently, which means I palmed it off to Lilley Riley. She made the suggestion for this week's topic. And this week we've got a special guest, James Hendry. Welcome.
Hi, James.
This podcast's all about you, brother.
No, it's not.
Yep, 100%. We've got a list of questions. We're gonna be interviewing James today. Get to know James a little bit more. We've never actually done this. We did a sort of get to know you on our first episode that
That didn't record.
forbidden, forgotten in the archives. So,
Right.
how did it all start for you? How did you get into the gym in the first place?
Yeah, sorry, I'll just quickly. So I'm doing a friend's podcast tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I realize how uninteresting I am because
Oh,
What are
let's,
you talking
Don't-
about? That's such a lie.
and this is but this is good. Then I'm like, sweet, I can try and
Such a
figure some
lie.
shit out to talk about.
No, but we're all uninteresting to ourselves. That's the point.
Yeah, right, okay. So where did it all start?
Yeah, like how did you get into the gym in the first place?
How did I get into the gym? I used to like dabble when I was in high school. Like, you had to go there for footy and things like that.
So when you say footy, do you mean like club footy, or you were playing for school and as part of school you had to go to the gym?
Yeah, so like for rugby league, we had to like, on like let's just say on a Wednesday, you had to go to the gym half an hour before training started, or, we had to go to the gym. And so it's just like, we'd go do some bicep curls, we'd do some bench press, some power cleans, and maybe squat something. That was it.
Did you have to do did they write out the program for the day, or did you guys just go and make shit up?
Just make shit up. Like more often than not, we just put the boxing gloves on and just start scrapping. Yeah.
That's sick. But so, had you done any gym work? But was that your like absolute first introduction?
Nah, actually, my first proper introduction, was my little brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he took me to the gym because he was really into bodybuilding from like a young age.
Okay.
Like before it was cool. Like I was so like with the first time I told Bridget this the other day. The first time I went to the gym with him, he was wearing a stringer, and I was like, "Nah, like, what is that singlet?" I was like, "You can't wear. I don't want to be around you when you're wearing that."
Wait, so if you were going at high school, so he would have been young
14,
in high
yeah.
school. Yeah. So what gym was he going to?
Can you remember Centennial Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one there.
At the
Pioneer.
pools.
Yeah, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm.
I wonder if we were ever there at the same time, because my dad used to take us. We'd do a family day every week or every second week to Centennial Park.
Yeah, right. Oh, really?
Yep.
Bro, that park, because I lived in Hoon Hay, so that was around the corner.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You
Wait.
probably were.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Oh, you just would have crossed paths for sure.
Yeah, Buzzy.
But yeah, like surely in a town that small, well, I mean, it's a city, but like there would have been a time where we were both in like Northlands or Riccarton or something like that at the same time.
Oh, 100%. Like, I think sometimes I'll see somebody here in Australia and I'm like, fuck, how do I, like, like, bro, do we know each other?
Yeah.
And you're like, where are you from? And then it'll, like, you kind of connect the piece and, like, oh, fuck, I played against you in rugby and sport when we were younger. And
Yeah.
it's random.
Who was it in the gym that grew up on the same street as you? Wasn't there someone who was...
At this gym.
Just down the road. Benny. Benny
Yeah,
Rankin.
that's right.
That's so
oh my
funny.
gosh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, we still make fun of my dad to this day because we'd go to the same pool every week, and every time without fail, he'd walk up to the poor young person behind the counter and be like, do you have any sort of a family deal? Like, Dad, you buy literally exactly the same pass every week. How do you not know this? Anyway, all right, so your brother took you to Centennial Park. Did he kind of show you the ropes at first? Like, this is how you use this machine? Or did he not know himself anyway and you guys were just like jumping on shit and moving it around?
He was pretty jacked, so I think he knew a little bit, but
Yeah.
like nothing. I just remember doing shoulder press and he was grunting, so I said, I don't want to train with you.
Too embarrassed.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's fucking embarrassing. I was like, I'm not training with you.
So, okay, then let's start before the gym. What sports did you play growing up? Because you were gun at soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you play soccer and rugby at the same time, or did you
Yeah.
spend time playing soccer and then switch?
So soccer was my first, that was like my first love.
Yep.
But I played rugby as well.
Okay.
So I played rugby for school and soccer for club.
Okay.
And I played, I called it football. I played soccer till I was like 14, and then I had to pick, because then it was on the weekends as well.
So what did you pick?
I was a little bit burnt out from soccer, because I was in like the New Zealand Academy for soccer. So I was training like almost every day. And as like a 13-year-old, that was pretty tiresome. Trained 5 days a week. And I remember, so training was in New Brighton. So when I lived in Henry, traveling that far every day, like that was a pain in the ass. So I was in the New Zealand Academy for soccer, and then I just got, I think, bored of it, and I wanted to play, because all my mates from school played rugby in rugby league.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into rugby.
Yeah, there you go.
So I played both. I played rugby from, 6-7 years old for school, and then eventually I wanted to play for club, so I played, I stopped playing soccer and played rugby for my club, and I played rugby league on Sundays. So rugby union was on Saturdays and rugby league was on Sundays.
Did you choose to do it, or did your parents push the sport on you initially?
My parents got me into soccer. I don't know, I think maybe just because my dad's Scottish and that's kind of like what he knew. So they just dropped me off at soccer practice one day. And then my mum and dad didn't want me to play rugby or rugby league. So they used to make me wear headgear. Well, my mum used to make me wear headgear. Yeah. I used to wear headgear and shoulder pads, and I hated it so much. So when she'd leave, if she wasn't watching, I'd take it off and play without it.
Are you glad she made you now?
No, headgear sucks because it doesn't do anything.
Do you know what it looks like?
Is it kind of like the NFL where it's just like...
Nah.
No?
You know the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
You know the rock guy?
That's
does
literally
look
what it
like
looks
that.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you.
But do you know what's funny? Like, because I used to always tell my mum it doesn't do anything. All it does is stop cuts. Like, you're still going to get concussed.
Yeah, that's
Really?
so thin.
Yeah. And then I remember the first head knock I had wasn't headgear, and I got concussed, and the other guy didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any evidence that it does have a protective layer?
That's what it looks like.
Oh.
No,
I've seen that before.
all it literally does is protect you from getting cuts, and like it protects your ears from like cauliflower ear and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, there's fucking nothing. But when it's under there, like, because it has to be quite tight, so it just felt like I couldn't breathe the whole time.
So why did you go league instead of union? Because obviously league wasn't that big in New Zealand compared to union.
I think it's just who I grew up with,
Yeah, okay.
and like the people I grew up with. Because rugby league was like an underclass game.
Yep.
And I lived in Hoonhay and Hallsville. So where I lived in Hallsville was like right on the it's William Britton Avenue. So my street is here, and our home ground is literally here across the park. So I like lived right there.
It's so funny because like you go to Christchurch now and you're like, oh, everything's so close together. But literally where New Brighton was for soccer practice is pretty much the furthest point that you can be away from where you lived.
Yeah.
Of all places.
And then how I got into rugby league is my first ever game of rugby league was a Canterbury under 16 trial. So they had an open trial because rugby league was still relatively small.
Yeah.
So they had an open trial. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to go trial.
And did you get in?
Yeah. So I got in and made
cool.
the team.
That's pretty hectic. What position?
Hooker or halfback.
Hooker.
Yeah. I think I told you, I played first grade when I was 16. So I played debuted against grown men when I was 16 years old. Like the highest grade you can play in Canterbury.
Yeah, hectic.
So I don't know, when I like hear about like young guys going up a grade, I'm always like real encouraging of it because I'm like, man, when I was 16, that was when I debuted.
I mean, it's definitely trial by fire, right? Like, it's going to make you step up, work harder.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the best person on the team. You kind of want to be the person that has to catch up.
Because we already had some exposure to playing with adults because there was no under 17s grade. So they put our under 17s team in an adults grade. And yeah, so we're an under 17s team playing in an adults comp when I was younger.
So did you go all the way to end of high school?
Yes.
And then did you keep playing after high school?
Yes.
For how long?
Only a couple years. Because I think I played lots of touch football as well.
Okay.
So touch football, I've kind of gone off a tangent.
No.
But I was, I sound like I'm fucking just talking myself up. But I was in the New Zealand Academy for touch as well. And I played NZ under 19s.
So saying a fact is not talking
Yeah, that's what I was going
yourself
to say.
up.
It's something that you did.
But so I was in the NZ under 19 side, and then I played NZ. I was in the under 21 squad as well, but I didn't end up playing because I was moving out of Australia at the time. So I played like lots of representative sport growing up.
Yeah, nice. And so rewind a little bit. You started getting into the gym for rugby specifically.
Yeah.
At what point did it become a thing that you were then doing on your own, like doing it for yourself to support your sport versus you have to go do it on a Wednesday?
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, it never turned into that until I moved to Australia and stopped playing sport.
Yeah, right. So by the time you had left school and you were going to the gym, was it still as part of like the rugby club?
Yeah, like I switched rugby clubs by then, and our rugby club had a gym, so we just had to, they said to certain players, they were like, hey, you need to start going to the gym.
Yeah.
You need to come do this for half an hour before your session or whatever. And because I was so small, like I was one of those guys, it was an expectation to go to the gym.
Because they were wanting you to put on size?
Yeah. Well, now that I look back, yeah, they just kind of just said, hey, you have to go to the gym. So I'm like, okay, sweet.
Do you think part of it is they think that because you're not as big, you're not as strong?
Yeah, but it's also, you become a little bit of a, what's the word? You become a little bit of a target, like a spot. If someone sees like a small player, regardless if you're strong or not, that's still like
a liability?
Yeah, you're seen as like a little bit of a liability on defense. So like they're going to target your line every time. And you could be the greatest defender ever, but if you're small, it's going to get really tiring if they keep running your same line, and eventually you're going to crack, I think.
Did they do that?
Yeah, heaps. Yeah.
So how many days a week were you going post high school? Like how many days a week would you have to go for half an hour before training?
Twice.
Do you think it was effective? Half an hour before training?
Not the way I did it.
Because you were just scrapping and fucking
I was
around?
just useless, bro. Like I hated it. So I just go in there, all right, bicep curls, easy. Bench press.
So then what made you decide to do it when you came over here?
I still hated the gym when I came over here. And I remember my ex-partner at the time, she was getting into the gym.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, all right, I'll go as well to support her. And then I had Mesomorph. Bro, I had Mesomorph pre-workout, and that's the first time I ever had a pre-workout, and it changed my life. And I was literally addicted to the gym after that. I trained for like 3 hours a day, and that I went home and started looking up Kai Green videos, and I started following all these like supplement companies on YouTube, and I was just watching all their workouts, and I was like 1,000% hooked from that point on.
So how old would you have been at this point?
20 or 21, yeah.
And that was over here?
Yes.
What brought you over here in the first place?
I came here on holiday.
Yeah.
And I thought I wanted to play rugby league over here. I went to one preseason and like hurt my shoulder a little bit, so I was like, And over here, you don't have insurances like you do back home. So back home, if you got injured playing footy, you could you'd still get paid.
Okay.
From your work and whatnot. So like the ACC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't have that over here. So I was like, fuck. Insurance was quite expensive, and I couldn't afford it when I moved over because you got to pay your own insurances and things like that. So I did one preseason. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore.
And then just fell in love with the place and stayed?
Yeah. Like I just wanted to, because I came out here on holiday 4 months beforehand, and then, moved over 4 months later.
Did you ever want to go back?
No, never.
And been on the Gold Coast the whole time, right?
Yeah, because I don't know if I've told you this before, but at high school or playing rugby league back home, it was like everyone's dream to come over and play for Kibra. Because back then it was like Benji Marshall coming out of Kibra. So Kibra is like really prolific and well known. Bodine Thompson, Jordan Kahu, all those guys all came out of Kibra. So they were like a really well known, like respected school, like if you played rugby league. So that was like the dream. So when I came over as an adult, even though I was way past that, I was still like, oh damn, this was like part of my dream as a kid.
So you came over around 20, found the gym through Mesomorph. At what point then did you find strength training? Like when you're looking up Kai Green videos, was the goal of going to the gym just to get big?
Yeah, just wanted to get jacked because I was always like I was always really like fit and athletic, but I've always been like out of shape, like just purely because eating like an idiot. Yeah, so the goal was just to get in shape. I remember I wanted big biceps. I wanted like a big peaking bicep. Yeah, I was like, if I do this for 6 months, I'm going to have that.
James, you know, like when I was in high school, Kibra had a notorious reputation for being a scary school.
Really?
Yeah, where like bad kids would get sent to.
I think it's still got that reputation.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where John Gabriel came through.
Really? Yeah. Oh, he was a rugby league player.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you were just going there to get jacked. How did you stumble upon strength training? Because for context, for people listening, when I met James, he knew more about powerlifting than I did. Like you had gone full ADHD, hyper focus, and learned everything about every lifter and every single person's numbers, and like you'd come in and spit powerlifting facts. And I'm like, how the hell do you know any of this stuff?
Bro, it's funny that you say that because like some people think, I don't know, I think it just comes from me not doing powerlifting myself, but some people think I'm disinterested in powerlifting, but I'm like, nah, I still follow it so closely and I still watch everything. But how did I snapped my Achilles and I was like, fuck, what can I do?
So that was really the start of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I thought you were into it quite a bit before that point.
I was. So I was following like Johnny Candido and doing some of his stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't until I fully ruptured my Achilles playing basketball that I was like, oh shit, I need to do something about this. Like, what can I do training wise? I was like, I'm just going to try bench press. So then I started doing Smolov Junior. And I ran that twice. I was like, man, I really enjoy powerlifting. I really enjoy this style of training. So then I started looking up more and trying to find out who's who of powerlifting and whatnot. And I remember stumbling across PTC Gold Coast and Tombro 7. And I was like, fuck, okay. Once I'm better, I'm going to go to this guy's gym because I'm really enjoying this and it's just down the road from my work. And I remember you actually just came into my work one day. Yeah. And I just went up and started talking to you. So I just went up to you and I was like, hey, bro, Tombro 7, I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, I've really loved powerlifting. And you're like, when you come to the gym? I was like, oh, I'm in a moon boot. And you're like, no, just come through now. So I think I came in the next day. Yeah. The very next day. And I like fell in love with it straight away, even though I was in a moon boot. I went back to my work and I told Bjorn and Steve Wang, I was like, boys, there's a powerlifting gym just over there. And then they came that day as well. And they signed up in the first week too. Yeah. And they're still a part of Zero now, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if I've ever told you, but I knew who you were I knew of you when you approached me that day because Ricky had gone in and you'd spoken to Ricky. Yes. And he's like, there's this guy at Converse that's really keen on the gym. I was like, oh, that's cool. You should tell him to come down. He's like, yeah, I did. I think you were aware of it and you'd had that conversation, but then I went in for Converse. So we always used to just all go in there for Converse. Matty bro had a new pair of Converse every week.
Oh yeah, I forgot that there was a period where like you, Edan, it would like come see me on Saturdays and that. Yeah. Can you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like literally right there. It's cool.
Yeah. And then, and that's when I found powerlifting. So I think that was like 2017. Yeah.
So what happened with your Achilles? You had torn it and you were in a moon boot. Was that the first time you tore it or the second time?
That was the first time.
Yeah. And you tore it playing basketball.
Yeah.
Talk us through that. What happened?
I was just playing basketball with some friends, went to go take off. I remember my legs being really sore from squatting the day before. Yeah. So I thought to myself, fuck, it's probably not a good idea to play basketball. But I went anyway, and I went and, went to go take off, snapped my Achilles. I sat down because I just hit the ground so hard, and I turned around like real angry because I thought someone kicked me, and that's how I fell over. Yeah. And then it wasn't until I looked down at my calf that it was like, like there was a big gap, and I was like, oh, fuck, I think I've snapped my ankle. I thought I broke my ankle.
Yeah. Did it hurt when it happened?
Not really, because the adrenaline was like so high. It started hurting later when the bruising and the swelling started happening.
And then what happened from there? Like you went to hospital?
Yeah, the ambulance came and got me. Yeah. They obviously just took me to the hospital, and then they put me in one of those just like a plaster cast before I could get some scans and whatnot. So they put me in one of them, and then I had a full blown ruptured Achilles. But where I ruptured, it was too close to the calf muscle, so I couldn't get surgery. So they put me in the same moon boot as Kobe Bryant, the Vacoped, which I think is like the most expensive moon boot.
Is that the one with like the curved bottom on it?
Yeah, and you adjust it to like you add more degrees for like ankle flexion and extension and whatnot. And then,
Because am I remembering that you hurt it again?
Yes.
So what happened?
I snapped it again.
Doing what?
Drinking, partying.
And the same Achilles?
Yes.
So it wasn't a full rupture. There was a little bit hanging on?
No. This was during rehab when I was out of my moon boot. So I was done. I was ready to go. I was almost like 6 weeks away from being like, you can start running again and whatnot. And then, I snapped it again.
Didn't you want to stay home and somehow got convinced to go out? Am I imagining that?
Yeah, so I snapped I snapped it again. I was like, I've done it again. I know I have. And then I went and like, I was a little bit sad and whatnot. It was a Saturday night. We're out in Byron Bay. And then one of my really good friends, Tez, I've told you this, she came into my room and she's like, nah, put your shoes on, we're going out. I was like, nah, I've done it again. She's like, no, you haven't. Oh, God. So she put my shoes on for me and I still went out. And
were you hobbling?
Yep. And then the next morning,
it would have been blown up.
Huge.
Oh.
So wait, what were you actually doing when you snapped it the second time?
I think it was just like dancing.
Just dancing and
Yeah,
stuff,
like
yeah.
nothing hectic. I just felt it going. I was like, I've done it again.
So that time, could you get the surgery or no?
No.
So is any part of that Achilles attached?
I wouldn't have a clue. Like, I still really battled to do calf raises and whatnot properly.
Yeah.
So it's still very weak, but it doesn't stop me from doing anything, I don't think.
Because I can't remember. Had you gotten back to squatting and deadlifting before it happened again?
Yes. Yes, I started.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because you got back into squatting and deadlifting pretty quick after.
Well, I don't know
feel
if
like it was in the first few months.
Well, I was still actually squatting when I was in my moon boot.
Yeah, you had the moon mood on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd take it off when I get to the gym and do some leg. You recommended me doing some leg press and things like that, and then I started throw you under the bus.
I was brave to be right.
But I remember you saying, "Yeah, jump on, like just do something light." I was like, "Oh, sweet, this guy knows what he's talking about."
Far out.
So I just jumped on and started doing some leg press, and then a few weeks later, I'd start squatting the barbell, and yeah.
That's pretty rapid, your squat journey.
Yeah.
I remember.
What was your max squat pre-tear? 200?
No, like 170, 180. 170.
Okay.
So I feel like for just like a small, I think I might have been like 78 kilos. For like a small like gym bro or guy that doesn't know what he's doing, I had a pretty big squat. I thought I did.
Yeah,
anyway,
100%. I'm more than confident it wouldn't take you much now to get to a 700 kilo total.
Damn. That's pretty cool.
I mean, you were on what did you do? 240 for 3 before you pulled out of that comp, 240 for 2 or 3.
Yeah.
When your best squat previous to that was like 227.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like you'd be up in the 270 plus region easily.
That would have been cool.
And same with deadlift, you'd be 250, 260 plus quickly.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't. Your best benches have been when you've benched once every 8 weeks. You break a PB every 8 weeks and then don't bench and then do it again. So like, yeah, it wouldn't take you too much. You're strong.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd love to. It's still on the list. I still want to squat 300 one day and do another comp. And
yeah. There's time, plenty of time. Okay, so tore the Achilles twice, and then how long did it take between the first tear and actually then prepping for and doing your first comp? Not including a bench only, obviously.
I think I can't remember the timeline to be.
About a year?
Yeah, probably would have been about a year.
It was pretty quick, I feel.
Yeah.
What was your first comp? Was it the APU one?
Yes. Yeah. And I timed out on 200.
Yep.
So I squatted 195. I benched 132.
Why did you time out?
Because I like fist bumped all the referees and like got real hyped up. I was like, woo! And I was just going around being an idiot. Like, I don't know. When you see shit on Instagram, I was like, I think I got to do this.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like getting too hyped up and and then timed out. Walked out with it and they're like, time. So
Why didn't anyone say anything?
I don't know, dude.
Like 20 seconds to go.
There was literally 8 competitors at the comp.
I think it was the second ever Queensland APU comp.
It was.
And it was held at Valhalla.
Yes.
And the people running it just were so unfamiliar with APU, so they didn't know what was allowed or not allowed because they'd never been involved with the IPF in any way, shape or form. So like, I think a lot of the typical what we'd do at GPC comps back then just kind of went out the window.
Yeah.
Because normally everyone would be screaming like, hurry up, you're going to time out. And I think people thought you're not allowed to say anything or do anything.
Yeah, it was a very tame comp. And so I squatted 195. I think I deadlifted like 210 or 220 and then I benched like 132.
Who was there with you? Because I wasn't there for some reason. I must have been away.
No, you're away.
Yeah.
Edan handled me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, nice. Because the other comp we all went to, literally like, if the gym didn't go to that comp, there would have been 3 people. So there were 3 competitors, all from PTC Gold Coast. All the spotters and loaders of PTC Gold Coast.
Which comp is this?
It was
the first APU gym.
Yeah.
First APU comp.
What was the name of that gym?
Rocket something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a person who called themselves Red Rocket, and maybe not Red Rocket. That doesn't sound right. Something Rocket Fitness or something like that in Yatla. It was eerie because it was literally across the road from where I worked through uni, and then when I opened the gym initially.
The water place?
Yeah, it was literally same street across the road.
Huh.
Yeah, it was quite weird being there. But because I was supporting Kingston, and Kingston was, we were setting up for this Oceanias, we were really supporting APU back then. So we tried to get as many people. So it was, I think,
Edan,
Josiah,
Troy,
Edan,
and Josiah.
Yeah,
Troy?
from here, yeah. Yeah, so they all competed. It was fucking fun.
Yeah.
It was a good fun
I just remember the photo. It was literally Rocket and then all the PTC.
It's so good. So good.
Wait, so there was only 3 people?
Like if there wasn't, I remember this, because if Tombo didn't bring everyone from PTC, there literally wasn't going to be spotters, loaders.
Nothing.
It was like, now that I
Wow.
think back about it, I'm like, damn, that is chaos. She would have been shitting herself. Like,
I can't remember if we bought equipment or not.
I don't think so.
Maybe she had purchased some equipment that I was selling. I can't remember.
Because I remember at that time we only had one Alico bar and one Alico combo and an ABC barbell.
Yep. Yep.
You only had 2 barbells for the whole gym.
No,
Like stiff bars.
Yeah, power bars.
No, I had like a Texas power bar, but like the ABC and the Alico were what everyone liked using. Because then we had just random. Oh, we had the Sportscraft power bars.
That's right. They were good.
I liked them. Yeah, they're a little bit weird. Anyway, so you did that comp, and then because how many comps have you done total?
Including novice comps, 4.
Yeah. So what happened after that comp? Where'd you go from there?
I kept powerlifting.
Yeah.
I just kept training and chipping away, and then because I had this big thing in my head that IPF, not the IPF, but like all I followed on Instagram was like all the IPF guys. So that was all that's the reason why I signed up to APU, because I thought that was the only way to go. And then I was like, I'm going to do GPC with everyone else.
Fuck. Okay, this is a side note, right? Cooper from Sunshine Coast messaged me the other day, and he's like, how have I never heard of this guy? You know who it was?
Who?
Jesse Norris.
What?
Yeah. Just like you forget these young guys, like
Jesse Norris was the GOAT.
the original John Hack.
Yeah.
Like legit.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Who were you in your eyes back then, like when you were really, really immersed in the powerlifting world and like heavy in the IPF side of things? Who to you were like the absolute idols?
Critter.
Yeah.
How do I say his last name?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you guys know Critter? Like, he was the GOAT. And he was, just so strong, because he was like the same size as me, like 76, 77 kilos or whatever. And then Taylor Atwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Taylor Atwood.
It's been around for a long time, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
dude. Yeah. So they
Back then, did he have the head back set up? Was that him?
No, that was Owen Hubbard.
Owen Hubbard.
What's the head back setup?
He used to do this weird, like he slid his head back up the bench and his neck was like craned back.
Yeah.
It was real weird.
From the UK, Owen Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor Atwood. Were you there on any of the nights like when Brett Gibbs came?
Nah.
He came with that guy he partnered up with for a while. There's some Canadian dude he partnered up with, and they called their business like Gold Standard Coaching or something like that.
I can't remember.
He was a real arrogant, like really opposite of how Brett was as a person. It was quite strange.
Yeah. But it's actually funny. Before when I was just getting into powerlifting, because I didn't really know anyone else I didn't know anybody like personally in the sport. So I was just thinking, like there isn't many powerlifters my size on the Gold Coast. Maybe I am going to be pretty strong. And then I came across Josh Takua. And I remember all my dreams got crushed. I was like, this can't be real. How is this guy, lifting these numbers? This guy's squatting over, like at the time Josh was an under 74 kilo lifter too.
Yeah, squatting 260.
Yeah,
maybe?
bro.
Yeah.
Benching fucking 145, and I thought that was huge. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he always had a big deadlift, like always up 270, 280, 290.
yeah. He even did the first novice comp I did. He was competing at it just as like a little wee.
Yeah.
He hadn't lifted in a while, so he wanted to do like a little fun meet or whatever.
Yeah, that's sort of his first little bout of training with us, because he came and trained, then he went away for a while, and he came back, went away, came back. He's always been a bit of a ghost like that.
Yeah. So I thought he was one of the GOATs as well. And what was cool about him is he's a really nice guy too. So I was like, man, this guy's cool. Like, he's cool to talk to. And this is someone I already looked up to on Instagram. And yeah, now I'm pretty good friends with him.
Man, I really hope he does well this year.
Yeah.
Like he had a great prep for the SBD Cup. Is that what they called it?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a great prep and just didn't put it together, and now he's having another great prep, and I want to see him actually hit the numbers he's capable of.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to not see him cut weight anymore.
Yeah.
What comps are you doing? Nationals?
Nationals, yeah. Which is pretty soon, I think. A couple of weeks.
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Is Josh doing it from here? Or is he still
Dawson?
injured?
Yes, he's doing it.
he is.
Okay. Is he back on, like, is his back better and stuff?
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
lifting really good.
Yeah.
Josh is the one that got me into Zero.
Josh Dawson?
No, Takua.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow.
That's cool.
That is cool.
There you go.
Me and Bridget who were we talking about the other day that has actually gotten so many people with Jordan Castles?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he talks about Zero to everybody.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Like, he will even tell, like, some people when they come in here, yeah, he said that you taught him everything he knows. I'm like, no, he did not listen to anything I said.
No, but I love that. It's, I really hammer home with all the owners of all the Zero gyms. The impression you leave on people is so important, even if they leave the gym, because there are the people out there like that. Anyway, back to you. So was that the first time you met him at that comp, or did you meet him in the gym?
No, I met him at that comp, but I already followed him on Instagram and whatnot.
Yeah, okay. So Josh Takua, Taylor Atwood, Critter, anyone else jump to mind?
No, well, I really looked up to you already. Like, I was already like a fan of Tom Bro. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just I think that was
you already
it.
got the job right.
And then and obviously Will Crozier too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like the main people I looked up to.
Yep. And Will was out of our gym at the time.
Yeah.
That was, he was there every day.
And it's funny because I remember I was like, fuck, that's Will Crozier. I'm going to go up and introduce myself to him. And it's funny now because I'm really good friends with Will now, but he's just so awkward and shy. I remember when he was foam rolling and I went up and introduced myself and he was foam rolling and I said, hey bro, I'm James. And he goes, I'm Will. And he didn't even look up. Just he continued foam rolling.
Were you at his 30th birthday party at the gym?
No, you told me about it though.
That was so good.
And he did like the awkward walk around.
Yeah, Mickey couldn't get him into the gym for like half an hour because he knew something was up. He just stayed in the car.
Oh.
All right, so 2018, the start of the 2018 is when you did that comp. You also started working for back then. What? Wait, no, I hadn't called it PTC by then.
No.
Yeah, so you started because in 2018 we moved here. So started 2018, we're in Runaway Bay. We moved here in September. Shortly after, you started working here. How did that all come about? I know. Tell the truth.
I can't remember. Did I? I remember.
Yes,
I used to talk to you about. I can't remember. We used to talk about some stuff, and then
I'll tell you how it went about. I said, James, it would honestly change my life if you were to come on board and help me as the manager of PTC Gold Coast. And he said, oh, fuck, bro, hey, nah, fuck, hey, I'm real keen on the MBN, hey. Like, all I want to do is jump in the roofs, hey, it's my favourite.
Yeah, no, I regret that.
You say it.
No, I remember you asking me that, asking if I wanted a job. I was like, man, I think I'm going to do this because, I don't know, I wanted to make my dad proud of me for getting into a trade or whatever. I think I did that for, I don't know, maybe 8 months or something. And then I messaged you like 8 months later and said, hey, bro, if that offer still stands, is there still an opportunity for me? And you just said, yeah, straight away. You're like, yeah, definitely. I'll sort something out in the next couple of weeks. I was like, what the fuck? And then that's how it happened. Am I right?
Yeah.
What drew you to James, like wanting him to be your first employee?
He was just like the guy in the gym, like another Benny. Yeah, I mean, you've never really been around Benny in the gym. But Benny is just like, or Kevin, back in the day before James, Kevin was one of those people. It's like, you've got key people in the gym that just, if you're busy or you're not there, you know for a fact that if someone new walks in, they're going to be the first to introduce themselves, show them around, teach them the ropes, just integrate them in the community without being asked or shown how to do it. They're just good at that. And James was always that guy from like the minute he signed up. And also like things like people like that, they come, they love the place, and then all of a sudden they're like, bro, you have to come try this. So they bring people like Bjorn and people like Steve, who then become like lifelong members Steve, I don't know. He says every day, I'm opening my own gym in my garage. Do you have any equipment? He's been asking me for equipment to buy for about 8 years. I'm waiting for the day that it actually happens. Little does he know the guy I sent to rob his car was actually, it was all my doing. I'm like, bro, don't let this guy open a gym in his garage.
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, it was all just timing. So like when James initially said no, Ricky started working here for a while.
Okay.
And then Ricky left, and then there was kind of like that gap, and I was just like, I can fill the gap. It's fine. But then, yeah, James asked, and I'm like, well, better two people than one. So James came on board, and James was the first person full-time. So Ricky was only ever part-time.
Right.
So
Yep.
James was my first ever full-time employee.
Mhm.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, crazy.
What year was that when you started working for Zero?
18.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, I was like, man, I don't know where this is going to go. And it's so fucking crazy to think like where Zero is now. Like it was literally just like the smallest little dot in the powerlifting like scene.
Whoa, whoa. We weren't that shit. Come on.
Do you know what I mean? Now it's like a fucking household name. Like it's a brand. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, back then it was just me.
Yeah.
Like me rebranding to Zero was me trying to get away from just me. And it took a while, but now it's really getting close to the point where people see Zero as not just me.
Like I still remember you saying you were thinking about opening another gym, and I was like, what? Like, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I was like, no fucking way. Like, how?
Nothing beats the anxiety of James through COVID.
Yeah.
I was never worried for a second. Every day James was like, bro, if you can't afford to pay me, just don't pay me. Like, I'll find money. Just like, I understand. Like, I've never once said that this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, you were never stressed. You weren't stressed one bit. It baffled me.
No, we had it good. COVID was good times. All right. Anyone got any other questions for James? I know.
Mine are a little bit less powerlifting related though.
Yeah, I went way off script.
I was just going to ask, if you didn't find jiu-jitsu, what other sport do you think you'd be doing? And you can't say powerlifting or basketball.
I don't know. I honestly don't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah, wow.
What? That's a cop-out answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's the only two powerlifting and jiu-jitsu are the only two sports I can see myself involved in.
There was nothing else that you thought about pursuing?
What about something just to try, even if you don't end up liking it?
Something that you were interested in.
I don't know. It'd probably have to be some kind of martial arts, like
like karate.
Nah, like kickboxing or Muay Thai or something.
Okay, James, what would your death row meal be?
Fuck. 3-piece hot and spicy box, extra piece hot and spicy, extra seasoning on the chips, extra 3 bread rolls.
3.
Yep.
Speaking my love language.
Gravy or potato and gravy?
Potato and gravy, and then you got to get a slider to eat on the way home.
Whet the appetite.
Okay, another question. If you could say anything to Poods and he'd understand, what would it be?
Oh. Fuck.
Hi, Poods.
I don't know. I'd like to tell him when we leave him at home, we're not like abandoning him.
Yeah.
Because that's always so sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Because you know what he does? We'll leave him a treat and water and everything, and we get home and he comes up and he greets us and like chews on his toy to say he's happy. Then he goes and eats his treat, has a big drink, and goes to the toilet.
So it's like he's done nothing.
He's waiting for us to get back.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is.
Oh, the boy.
Well done. man.
Poods.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on today, James. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. I have a quiz, and I'm doing what I said I was going to do, which is the rules of this quiz are you get your own questions. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, everyone else gets a point. And the people also get a bonus point if they get your wrong answer right.
Oh.
So if I say you ask me a question, I get it wrong, then it's open to James and Meg, and they can just yell out an answer.
Yes, but they can only have one shot at that.
Okay.
I'll keep score.
Okay. Do you want me to do like everyone's question at once or go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
However.
Okay. We'll start with Meg. Okay, this one's true or false. Akon's full name is Aloanui, Damala, Buga, Time, Peru, Naka, Lululu, Badara, Akon, Tayam. True or false?
True?
It's actually Aluani, Damala, Buga, Time, Peru, Naka, Lululu, Badara. No, I'm kidding.
There's no way.
That was true. That was true.
It had to be true
Okay,
because
that was true.
yeah.
James. In 1999, the Chicago Bulls lost their reign as Eastern champions to which team? As in, which team was the Eastern champion in 1999?
99.
That's crazy that you'd even know.
I was going to say the Pistons.
I'll give you one more try.
All right.
Eastern champions. East Coast.
99.
This is
This is hard.
after the Jordan era. The year after the Jordan era.
I feel like I should definitely know this. I'm trying to think who dominated the Eastern Conference, like late 90s, early 2000s. Detroit went on a little bit of a tear.
I'll give you a hint, which is that they were in between the first three Bulls champions and the next three Bulls. There were two other ones, I think. It was one of them.
I want to say the Celtics.
No.
Damn.
So one each for...
No. Either one wanted to throw your hat in the ring. Eastern basketball team, just take a guess.
I don't.
Just think of any East Coast slugs.
East Coast. I don't know. The New York Knicks.
Yes.
I was going to say that too. The Knickerbockers.
All right. Well, you can both have a point. All right, Bridget. The Xenomorph in Alien 3 was almost played by which breed of dog?
A Whippet.
Correct.
What?
Buddy.
Have
Buddy could have been a xenomorph.
Have you not seen that? I swear I've sent it to you.
No.
It comes up time to time
I
where
didn't-
it's like they dress up a little whippet as this alien.
In an alien costume to get him to run around.
I didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that. Oh.
All right, Meg. In the television hit show, How I Met Your Mother, in season 1, Ted wakes up to which mysterious fruit?
Pineapple.
Correct. I figured. I thought that was too easy.
That's so easy.
James, name 2 of the top 3 try scorers of all time in the Australian NRL. I'll also accept one of the top 3.
Fuck me.
James's ones are so hard.
Nah, but there shouldn't be. Yeah, the good questions. I'm going to say...
The problem is I don't know anything about these topics, so I don't actually know if they're hard or easy for the person.
Is Billy Slater one of them?
Yes, Kelly Slater is one of them.
So Billy Slater is one of them?
He's number 3 at 190.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, so he's number 3. Steve Menzies?
No.
Was-
You've got your point.
Oh, cool.
But you can try and figure out the others.
Nathan Merritt?
No.
Anthony Minicello?
No.
Jonathan Thurston.
No.
Why did you say no?
Number 1 is
Because
Ken Irvine. Have you heard of him?
No.
I didn't want to go number 1 because he's from like the 40s and 50s. He scored 212.
Yeah.
And number 2 is Alex Johnston.
I was going to say, because that's why, did I say Nathan Merritt? Johnson from the Rabbitohs. Because he passed Nathan Merritt, but I didn't think he was going to be top 3.
Yeah,
Crazy.
195. He's number 2.
Wow, and you know he's never played representative football?
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause
so-
it said 2024 next to his name.
Yeah.
So this is last year?
Yeah, so he's only ever, so he broke it, in the last few years, but he's never ever played State of Origin. He's always just been like a battler for club. And
Nice. Well, you get a point with Kelly Slater. All right. Bridget,
Yes.
who was the first Australian to win a country music Grammy Award?
Slim Dusty.
False. No. Anyone open to the table?
Missy Higgins?
This is
Can I have another guess, but not for a
Grammy
point?
music award.
I know, I've
in
got
America.
it. Jimmy Barnes.
Oh, a Grammy.
Damn it.
Australian artist?
Yes.
We know this person?
Who's a famous country Australian artist that moved to America?
Keith
Kurt.
Urban.
Yes. Keith Urban.
Wait, so she lost that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys both get a point.
Yeah.
Megumi. Sorry, this is a terrible question. What is the number one designer brand in the world?
How would I know that?
Okay,
sweetie?
you're into designers like in the... You used to read that niche designer magazine when you were a kid.
LV?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Congratulations.
What the hell?
James, the capital of India is...
Capital of India is New Delhi.
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
Bridget, the Milky Way galaxy is likely to collide with the M31 galaxy, which is otherwise known as the...
Andromeda Galaxy.
Correct. That's all 9 questions.
That's
Amazing.
good.
That was really good.
Well, even if I deduct the point about the Knicks, I went 4. James Bridger went 3.
Nice.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Nice.
You gave me such easy ones. Sweetie.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, it's a great concept, but you have to know the subject matter and the person really well
It was fun though.
to get it right.
I like that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
That was cool.
That's it.
All
Thanks for coming on. Where can the people find you, James?
Here, Zero.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, @zero_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.